Good evening, friends. Today we will discuss about the numerical analysis of root locus. That means how we can solve the root locus problems. I am taking an example which is based on the B.S. Manke book, and here we are taking a complex pole. Yeah, not a simple pole, but we have taken a complex pole example. As we have seen in this example 7.2.24.3, the open loop transfer function g is just given as k upon s into s plus 6 s square plus 4s plus 13. So firstly we have to find out the number of open loop poles. G it's 0 minus 6 minus 2 plus 3j and minus 2 minus 3j. So we have to remember that the two poles which is in complex nature, that means complex poles, so the angle of departure we will compute. Okay, so first of all we have to compute all the analytical terms or the step-by-step process of root locus, and after calculating all the related terms, at the end we will draw the root locus. Clear? Now comes with the another portion. Here the number of open loop zeros is 0, so the number of branches capital N is equal to p is equal to 4. Clear? Yeah. Now the root locus will lies from between 0 to minus 6, as we have indicated from the concept which is discussed in the classroom. See from minus infinity and not to count from infinity, and add total number of roots, generally number of poles or zeros. So it must be a total value of odd, which is seen from at infinity and not counting infinity. That is the basic concept which we have discussed in the classroom. So due to this one, the root locus will lies from 0 to minus 6. Okay, now angle of asymptotes given by the relation 2k plus 1 into 180 upon p minus z, where k from 0 1 to up to p minus z minus 1, because capital N 4, so 4 minus 0 minus 1, that is 3. So small k having different values 0 1 2 3, so we will obtain by putting all these four values. First angle 45, next 135, 225 and 315 degree. Now comes with the centroid. Centroid is the intersection of asymptotes on real axis and given by the relation x equal to summation of pole minus summation of zeros upon p minus z. P is the number of poles, z is the number of zeros. So by which we can find out it's a minus 2.5. Minus 2.5 is the centroid. Yeah. Now we have to compute a breakaway point. The given by it can be obtained by the characteristic equation, that is 1 plus GHS equal to 0. So solving for k and after differentiate this one with respect to s and put dk upon ds equal to 0. So in this equation we have find out a third order equation. So we have to solve it by the using we can hit and trial method, or by using a scientific calculator. So we have to find out the one value is the s is equal to minus 4.2, that is the breakaway point which is satisfy the above third order equation. Okay, now comes with the angle of departure, that is due to minus 2 plus 3j. So before compute this one, we have to go with the this basic concept of s plane. Yeah, in which all the location of roots is showing, that is a minus 2 plus 3j, minus 2 minus 3j, and 0 and minus 6. So due to minus 2 plus 3j we have to compute the angle of departure. So the remaining poles is a 0, minus 6 and minus 2 minus 3j. So sustained angle 5p1, 5p2, 5p3 we have to calculate. So as 5p3 just showing that 90 degree, 5p1 is the, can we calculate it? Yes, 5p1 is the 180 minus 10 inverse 3 by 2, 5p2 10 inverse 3 by 4. Yes, look, 5p2 is a total, subtract 180, subtract 5p2. Now that means we have to find out the 5p2, then total it can be expressed as tan inverse 3 by 4. Clear? Now 5p3 is 90 degrees. So put all these three values in the above equation, that is 180 minus something 5p1 plus 5p2. So we will obtain angle of departure, that is plus, sorry, Due to minus 2 plus 3j, it will be minus 70.46, because these are the complex conjugate poles. Minus 2 plus 3j, minus 2 minus 3j. So we have to compute the total analysis for minus 2 plus 3j, and the next one is the opposite sign, because they having a symmetrical property. So we are only calculating for first one, and another one will be the opposite sign of first one. Clear? Now comes with the another point, which is the number point 8 in the root locus procedure. So we have to arrange in the characteristic equation, that is 1 plus GSS equal to 0, and apply Rao-Thare criteria. As we have seen that is the Rao-Thare criteria. So compute S1 term, S1 row to 0, then we have find out K equal to 229.4. Clear? Now comes with the auxiliary equation. So above S1, that is the S2 row, we have to find out auxiliary equation by the use of S2 row. Okay, so it will be 29.2 S square plus K equal to 0. Put the value of capital K and find the value of S. That is S is equal to plus minus J 2.98 is the cut-in point at the imaginary axis. That means the root locus will pass from these 2 points from the imaginary axis. Okay, now put all the put all the calculation on the root locus plot. Just like firstly draw all the poles. Firstly draw all the poles, and after that put all the calculated values, just like breakaway point, intersection of asymptote, just like minus 2.5, minus 4.2, that is the breakaway point, minus 6 is the pole, angle of departure minus 70 degree, angle of departure is 70.4 degree due to these two complex poles, and these are the asymptotic lines. So there are, we are seeing that the total number of 4 branches in the root locus, because capital N is the 4. So firstly draw from minus 70 degree, it will be follow the asymptotic line k to k is equal to infinity. Upon another one from the 70.4 degree, also follow the asymptotic line, and the last two is the from starting from minus 4.2, following the above asymptotic line and follow the bottom stopped asymptotic line. That is a complete root locus plot. Okay, now we can comment on stability, that is the last portion. So comes with the Rao-Thare criteria. Yes, that is the, in which 78 minus 0.34 k must be greater than 0. So by which we can calculate k will be greater than 229.4, that is the stability criteria. That means the system is stable if k is greater than 229.4. Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much.